right, y'all, we gonna get started. We got Kimble and Season coming, and I'm gonna introduce them. So Kim, you can take your camera off. Let's see. You can unmute yourself, Kim, and Season. Can you unmute yourself? Let me know if it's letting y'all unmute.
Yep.
Okay. All right, we see you, Kim. We see you, Season. Now, we're going to get started.
Oh, there we are. Yes. Okay. Hello, everybody.
We got Kimble. She needs no introduction. The world's greatest hairstylist. When you think about hair, no one else but Kimble. She's done all the celebrities. Everybody aspires to be like her. What I love most about her, she's down home. You can go over there and eat some chitlins and hot sauce with her. She does not.
I don't eat chitlins.
Yeah, I know you don't, but we could just eat chicken wings.
Fried chicken.
She doesn't think she's better than people, and she's a giving, loving person. And I'm keeping you in prayer for the loss of your close ones with the BAPS.
Thank you.
So I'm not gonna talk long because they came to see you. I had to put you last, but you know, right at the end, because if you would have came first, would nobody be here right now. So I'm gonna let y'all take over because they don't want to hear me. Season.
Hey, well, first I just want to say thank you everybody for coming. Thank you, Chan, for having me. Thank you, Season. So I know that we're gonna first talk about this exciting adventure that Season and I have, and then we're gonna go into Q&A. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That's okay. Good. Whichever way that you want to do it, we can do that. Can we make, can I be the co-host? I think somebody else is sharing. I'm not quite sure who's sharing.
Anissa, so you want to go back into the other screen, Season, right? The original one.
No, I have a presentation. So if she could allow me to share, then.
Okay. Can you allow her to share, Anissa? If not, you can hand it back over to me and then I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not allowed.
Real cute.
Oh, thank you. You look cute too.
Hey.
I mean, I'm giving a look because I know we always do the red lips together.
Yes, that's
a little
right.
Orange today because I'm wearing orange. Yes,
that's right. So it's not allowed.
I like your lighting. That's nice.
Is Anissa still there?
Yeah, Anissa, switch it back to the original one, and then I'm just gonna hand it to Season.
And I don't know. And Kim, you want to do the other one or the Q&A first? Because there's a lot of, you want to do the Q&A at the end? Because there's a lot of people look like they have a lot of questions.
You know what? Y'all tell me what we're going to do. I'm open either way.
Okay. Now, guys, I'll tell you this, because Kim is so, she's so humble and but Kim loves talking about business. Okay. She likes to talk about business. And, but I know a lot of people have questions that they want to ask. I see Sharon is saying that she has so many questions. If you guys have questions, go ahead and drop them right in while we're getting set up. I'm not quite sure on the tech side. We're just going to keep it moving. So if you guys have any, go ahead and drop your questions because people said that they have a lot of questions here. So this is amazing. This is a great way to get Kimble, kind of, you know, pull her off to the side and ask some of the questions that you've been wanting to know. We do have some other things to share as well, but at least, you know, you if you have those questions, I don't see any questions. Okay, I see a Q&A here. Sharon said, I watched your TV show and my question is, how did you manage to get to a place where you had staff or a team that you could depend on to be successful at stepping away to do bigger clients?
Oh, yeah, that's a very, very great question. You know, it takes time to really cultivate the right culture, but you got to create the culture first. You got to create your vision and the culture and the type of business that you want to have and that you want to run. Once you do that, then you got to educate your team. I mean, so a lot of times, some people that can be molded, you're going to have to mold them into what you need as far as a team. But I'm not going to say that it's easy. It may take you some time to find the right people. Sometimes you got to, what I will say is pluck those bad apples out quick. Don't wait long. Get them out of there fast before they, you know, because what you don't want is poison in your system. But it will, sometimes it does take time to get those people in your vision. You do have to train them. You do have to show them. You got to spend some time with them. And also, this is the thing, we also have to be our best examples. So we have to also be that. So other people can, they see you working hard and doing your thing, they're going to work hard and do the same, because everybody wants to do what you do as a leader or a business owner. So remember that as well.
Mm-hmm. That's so good. Okay. So let's see who, let me see if I can go ahead and pin.
China said, I love you, Kim. You're real down to earth. China
Who said that?
China McNeil.
Hi, Shauna.
China, like from China. She looks like
hi, China. Nice to meet you. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry, it's a little, hope it's not too noisy. I'm having a little construction done at my house right now, so.
All right, awesome, awesome. Let's see, another question coming through from Ayana Thomas. She said, how was your experience with Sally's Beauty Supply?
I think that it's been great so far. It's definitely, you need someone to manage that process for you though, because it's very, once you get the product in there, you're going to have to make sure that it's on the shelf and make sure it's in the right place. And you got to continuously manage the process of the, making sure that the distribution is going well and the sales are going well and the marketing is going well. So, it's like every other store. A store is a store, but really you are the driving force behind your business.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you this. What was the, you've done so many amazing things, from the Beyoncés and the Tyras and all of these exciting projects. I mean, Disney movies and so many amazing things. So what would you say has been the highlight of your career?
Oh my gosh. It's so hard to say. I've had so many. What I will say, I've been blessed. God has blessed me to have had so many amazing opportunities. I mean, because it's hard to choose. It's like, remember the fashion show in Paris with Zendaya and Law, and the Lemonade, Beyonce, Wrinkle in Time, working with Oprah. I mean, it's like so many great opportunities. And I get blessed to do what I love to do in the most creative way that I can do it. And highlight, I guess, I probably want to say when I first started working with Beyonce, it really took off, and it was probably the biggest boost of my career. And that's when I was able to really show my creativity in because you don't always get to do it in movies and TV, but in music videos and photo shoots you can be a little bit more creative and innovative. So I will say probably when I first started working with her in 2001, her Crazy in Love, I think that really changed my career, and it really boosted my career, and it made me able to actually, get out there a little bit more and do a little bit more.
Sorry, I'm muted. What did Sharon wants to know, what advice would you give to an aspiring hairstylist and braiders who want to gain a celebrity as a client? Where will we start?
Well, you want to start by finding a mentor, really, because you want to go into this process well educated and have someone who can share with you what to do and how to do it and what set etiquette is and how to be prepared for that. And then you can watch them. Someone that, who does really great work. And there's a lot of great celebrity hairstylists out there now that you can really learn from and have great, just things that they do that, you can see how they manage and handle their clients. I think that's the best way. However, you just want to make sure you create a great book of your work. Any pictures of things that you do, make sure that you document them and keep them so you can show what you do, because you got opportunity. A lot of times people ask, well, can I see some of your work? So you want to definitely make sure you have a portfolio of your work put together. And then again, if you can find a mentor or assist someone who's a celebrity hairstylist, I think that is your best option. I'm still here. I just had to.
No problem. And so let's see. How did you get your product in Sally's?
Well, I hired what do you call them? A sales team. And they go out and they set up pitch meetings. And then I pitched to Sally's. and to a buyer, and then they decide if they want to bring you on. But you know, you want to be prepared for a pitch. Something that I used to do way back in the day, and it helped me tremendously in pitching, is I took a media training. I learned, you know, and so they help you speak and helps you kind of put together your pitch speech that you're going to do when you go in and pitch, you know, or if I'm going to do something in the media or in the press. So media training is really, really good if you can find someone who's really good with that.
All right. Let's see. If there was one thing that you wish you would have known when you were starting out, what would that be?
Well, one thing I will say is that, and this would probably be an interesting answer, but now looking back, that I would have told myself to take the time and enjoy the process. I was so busy, like scrambling, taking every job that I could get my hands on, just so, because I was scared it was never, you know, that one day it could possibly end. No, you don't want to go through your career doing that, because what I have learned is always a job. Somebody always wants their hair done. So sometime I would always rush back to come and be home or do another job. When I was traveling, I wish I would have taken the time to see some of these places, you know, and taken the moment of this experience. You know, it happened so fast for me, and I felt like it was, you know, just yesterday, because everything went so quickly, you know, and I didn't really take that time to enjoy the process. So I would say enjoy the process, however what that ever means to you. Whether if you're traveling, take time to look at this place. Like we went to Paris, and I don't even think we had time to go out and eat. We didn't do anything while we were there, you know. But we did go to the Eiffel Tower, though. Season made sure we took a picture by the Eiffel Tower. That's about it. However, you know, something like that, you definitely, like some of the stylists stayed a day or two to really do a little sightseeing and things like that. And I think that's important to also learn to enjoy it, because everything is not always that moment at that time is there, and then it's gone. So you've missed that moment, but there's always going to be moments. So just remember that. It may be different, but it'll always be a moment. So try to enjoy the process.
All right. Courtney asked, during the pandemic shutdown, did you have to create new ventures to keep income flowing? Did your salon create any?
Absolutely. We did a couple of things. We end up closing, of course, the salon during the pandemic. And this is so interesting enough. They're still closing salons down in LA. We are closed down once again. So yes, when it first happened, I did see it as an opportunity. I always try to make lemonade out of lemons. And so I started doing a mentor program through Zoom, and consultations with my clients through Zoom, and you know, so in case they needed hair or anything, color, whatever they needed, I was going to consult with them, and we do it through Booksy. And then also Season and we did a bunch of classes to help entrepreneurs and other stylists get into other things. There was a t-shirt class, there was a getting verified class. And then recently we just did a become an author and write your own book class. So we did a lot of classes and virtual
celebrity hairstyling
and to be a celebrity hairstyling class, because you know, when I did that mentoring, and I mentored a lot of stylists during that whole first beginning of the pandemic shutdown, and a lot of them had questions about business, but also about being a celebrity hairstylist. So we created a class for celebrity hairstylists, and we were able to, you know, share more information in depth with them about that. And we have a whole class, I think, online that we have, and tools and things that you need to get more like in depth things that you're going to need if you're going to become a celebrity hairstylist. It's sort of like having a mentor digitally, mentoring you digitally. So that's some of the things that we were doing, and maybe even Season can give you a little bit more information on that.
Yep. And we've got a lot of good questions coming in. I know, Kim, that your time is limited. And I know, I'll tell you guys think I'm kidding, right? When I say that, oh, I'm sorry, Chin, you were going to ask a question?
Well, somebody asked Kim, what was your, she said, hold on.
Okay.
Get some remodeling done.
Yeah. And look at those. See, we talk about this t-shirt class, guys. Look at the pillows there that she's got right behind her. Those are some of the ones that she was able to make from taking the class. Isn't that funny? She probably didn't even mean to do that, but it was really cute. If you guys have gone to her page, you guys may have seen like her hairstylist outfit that she has and all that good stuff. So, good stuff. A lot of good questions. Now I'll tell you guys this while we're waiting for Kim to come back. Like, I know it sounds really funny, but she is, just being where we are in the world right now. She's been really super hyper focused on making sure that people have the information digitally, like how to do online businesses. So it's so perfect that she was able to come to this event because of, having an online business. Like, if you did not have a way to make money online, you were hungry. Literally, you could literally be hungry. And so I know that, I know your time is limited, Kim, but I know that you were really passionate about making sure that you gave everybody the importance of having an online business.
Yes, absolutely. And listen, let me just tell you a little backstory of this whole situation. So I've been knowing Miss Chin for how long have I been knowing you, Chin?
What is about over 10 years, probably.
Okay, yes, because I think I came to Nashville and we did a lovely class and event there. But ever since then, 10 years ago, Chin has been trying to get me into doing some digital businesses because that's something that he specializes in. And he introduced me to Season, and Season also specializes in digital business. They both have been trying to get me into that. And so I've been so busy in doing, running a business and a salon and just working with these celebrities that I was like, yeah, okay, I would love to do it. Just never really had the time to put into it. But when the pandemic happened and things shut down, there was no celebrity bookings, no salon. I mean, I still have my product line, so that's part of a digital business as well. But that was an opportunity for me to look into working in, creating a digital business and learning how to make money online. And so now I have to say, I've seen the light of not only how important it is to have that, I call it a side hustle, or it could be your main hustle. It all depends on you. But I see that it's more simple than I thought. I thought it was really difficult, but it's a little bit more, and it's, of course, every month it gets more easier and easier to do this. So, I've been working with Season and Chin, working on creating digital businesses. And I think they're both passionate about it. And so that's why I have kind of worked with them to, help get the word out there for other stylists to create their own digital business or platform.
Okay, so let's see. So I know you got to go by a certain time. So how much time do we have for?
We got time.
Okay.
What was your
we got till 5. We got 5
okay.
till 5.
Somebody asked, what was your defining moment, Kim, about when you was working in that little barber shop and you wanted to work in that big salon downtown, but God put you in that little bit of a raggedy barber shop? They want to know about that.
That's Chin asking that question. Okay, Chin. He wants me to tell you guys this story. So basically, I started off, when I left beauty college, I wanted to work in this, couple of these fabulous salons that were well known in LA in the 90s. It was some really high-end, amazing salons. And I said, I want to go there. I'm going to learn. I want to build my clientele. I want to work for, a company that is going to help me, take my career to the next level. And I got turned down by all of them. All of them turned me down and said, no, thank you. Thank you, but no, thank you. And so I was very discouraged at first. But it was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me, because when that got turned down, I ran into this barber who owned a barber shop right around the corner from my house. I mean, from my school. And he was like, well, you could come work at my salon, because I told him I was pretty low, and that, I had been turned down, and I didn't know where I was going to go because the salons I wanted to work at turned me down. And so then he let me work there. And so, but I said yes, but he had a salon full of barbers and men coming to get their haircut, and that was not really my forte. I was a cosmetologist. I was a hairstylist, but I took a chance and I said yes. So two amazing things, well, more than two amazing things happened in that whole, and lessons that it taught me in my life. And one is that, okay, I learned how to cut men's hair, for one, because listen, when you're in Rome, you do what the Romans do, because I wanted to survive. I was doing manicures and pedicures, all of that, because I said, listen, I got to get a coin somehow. And, so I learned how to do a skill that I was not even interested in learning at first, but it came in handy years later. So I learned how to cut hair. And then miraculously, I started building a clientele through the men that were coming in the barbershop. They were referring their wives, their girlfriends, their mothers, their sisters, their aunties to me to get their hair done. I built a full-blown clientele. I mean, we're talking about 20 to 30 people a day clientele. And then while I was working in that barbershop, I overheard someone mention, oh, Robert Townsend is doing a play at West Angeles Church. Do you want to, they didn't ask me if I wanted to, but I overheard it. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to try to see if I can volunteer to work on it, to do the hair. And I knew who Robert Townsend was, and it was one of my favorite movies, The Five Heartbeats. So when I went there, I applied, and I think I might have been the only one that volunteered, and they gave me the job, and I did the hair, and it helped me learn, and I was volunteering. It was free. They were not paying for this. This is not a paid job. This was actually to help the church raise money, because they were building a bigger church. And I was doing a good thing. So I would do my clientele in the day, and in the evening I would go there and do the hair on the plane. But I really wanted to meet Robert Townsend because I'd heard about the union and working in film and television from my mom, because she knew all about that stuff. And didn't really get a chance to talk to Robert, but I met his assistant. So I stopped her for a minute. I got her phone number, and I would reach out to her after the play was over. Of course, I made sure I did a good job. They were happy with the work that I'd done. And, when, at first she was like, no, I don't really have any opportunities for you, but, just check back with me. And I kept checking back with her over time. And then, maybe like almost a year went by, I moved, opened up my own salon. And then, she kept saying, no, I don't have anything. And then one day out of the blue, I get a call from her, and she says, oh, do you happen to have any pictures of any crazy avant-garde hairstyles that you've done? And I was like, oh, absolutely. Because at that time I was, still building my clientele. I'd opened up my own salon. And then, I was doing all these fantasy hair competitions. I was like doing those whole hair wars, hairy copter. I was, creative type of hair. And, and I said, yeah. So I gave her some pictures to send to him. And he looked over the pictures, and he picked a couple of pictures and asked me a bunch of questions about my salon. When is it crowded? When is it not crowded? And so I gave him that information. And then one day he calls and says, oh, I'm on my way to your salon. And I said, okay. Robert Townsend's on his way to my salon. Okay. So he came by the salon, but he wanted me to also bring those pictures that he had seen. And I said, okay. He shows up to the salon. Now, this is pre-Kim Kimble celebrity hairstylist. This was like early on in my career. And he walks in the door with Halle Berry. The Halle Berry. And I was passed out, and my client's mouth was wide open. And he showed her the pictures, and then they left, and he said, okay, great, thank you. don't call us, we'll call you, kind of a thing. And then about a couple of weeks later, I get a call from a producer, and she says, are you interested in working on a film? The name of the film is called BAPS. So I was like, let me check my calendar. Let me see. Yeah. Absolutely. And, you know, I also made sure that I got into the union. That was something I really wanted to do. I said, I want to get in the union. So that was my introductory to being able to work in television and film. Now, the big lesson there is if I had gone to the places that I wanted to work at, I may have missed that opportunity to be at that barbershop, overhear about this opportunity to work on this play, which led me to a person who helped me get into the union and start my career off in film and television. So listen, opportunity, if it's for you, God will bring it to you no matter where you are. And it was more than I thought. I thought I was just going to be a fabulous hairstylist, working in a salon, doing hair and being fabulous. But he took me to, working in film. And then years later, was on a film where I met Beyonce, Austin Powers, Carmen Jones was actually the first movie, which was also a Robert Townsend movie. And Local 706 is the movie, is the union that I'm in for hair and makeup. But I met her on again, like I said, on a Robert Townsend movie. So that was like my beginning of meeting her, and working with her just, also helped take my career to the next level. So I know somebody just mentioned Natalie DeSalle just passed, which I'm very, very sad about, because her and I became friends after the movie. And she's my son's godmother, and she was an amazing person. And it was just sad. So I'm not going to talk much about that. But yeah, that was sort of beginning of my career. And, God will bring the blessing to you. If it's for you, it's for you. Sometimes we just have to trust in him and know that he is going to lead us into the right direction, especially if you want something and you prayed for it and you asked for it. God will do it. All you have to do is just believe and wait for the blessing. So I started to make the story so long and drawn out, but Chin wanted me to tell the story. And I hope that it inspires you, because, listen, it happened for me. There was nothing so different. It's just that I believed, I prayed and I believed for God to bless me, and he did. So there you go.
Lots of good questions here. Boom Champion is saying, in terms of product development, where should one start?
I say start writing it all down. That's what I did. I created a vision board. I wrote it all down. I started writing the names of the product, what's in it that I wanted, how I wanted to smell, the color I wanted it to be, all those details. You'll need that. And then you go to a laboratory, and then you're going to share with them what you want. And they will, they need somewhere to start. So it starts with you visualizing it, writing the vision down, and then you can execute it. Once you kind of have, sat down, and that's creating a line. Now there's all other things that go with it, like marketing it, branding it, packaging it, right? And testing it. So there's so much to that. So, but some people call it a business plan as well. You definitely may want to create a good business plan, because what you're doing it to make money, you want to sell it. So you definitely have to have these things in place so that you can properly execute your brand's success.
All right. Let's see. Hi, I'm a school owner. What are some things students need to learn while in school?
Oh my God. Let me just say, as a salon owner, and the last, I want to say 15, 20 years of trying to hire new stylists, it's just so different. Everybody wants to learn how to weave. Everybody wants to learn how to braid. Everybody wants to do that, put on a wig. That's great. but you never know when you're going to need, especially if you want to work in television and film. A lot of stylists, I see they lack in learning how to even blow dry a person's hair, to properly finger wave, cut, roller set. There's so many things that will help you create an amazing hairstyle. All the fundamentals in cosmetology is super important. That is your foundation. You take that and you can create everything. So I mean, I learned how to wet set, finger wave. I learned how to cut, color. I mean, do a proper blow dry. I mean, there's so many things, and the shampoo and conditioner, everything is so important. You need to, excuse me, you need to learn everything you possibly can while you're in school, because you never know. Me working in television and film or working in fashion industry, there's so many things that I have to be able to do as a celebrity hairstylist. And one, I mean, like working in film, there might be period pieces that I'm doing. So, you know, learning how to work on roller sets and finger waves, all that come in handy, because shoot, you have to create these looks. Like when I did Dream Girls with Beyonce, we did so many different hairstyles, and I had to learn how to coif this hair a certain kind of way so it looks, you know, retro. And even sometimes in red carpets, we kind of recreate retro looks. So you want to make sure you learn all the fundamental basic things that they teach you in cosmetology. It may seem boring at the time, but you will use it, especially if you plan on being a celebrity hairstylist.
All right. Let's see here. Sharon said, do you have any mentorship programs?
The only mentor thing that I was doing at the time, especially during the pandemic, was the Zoom, because I guess it's hard now people to meet in person. I have had people have booked me for the day to mentor them or spend a day with them, or even a couple of hours. But the only thing now, we do the Zoom online mentor program because of this whole pandemic. That's all we do. And the other thing is, when I had a salon, I'd have people come through the salon, work in the salon, and then work with us on projects, and they would learn a lot in that process as well. But right now we don't have a salon. So the only thing now that I can do as far as mentor is they can book a session on Zoom with me through Booksy.
Mm-hmm. And then also, if they do take your class, they can ask questions within the class.
Absolutely. Well. Yeah. Because the class also, you might get a lot of things you want to learn in the class too. And the class is pretty reasonably priced. So it's easy to kind of go in there, and you might get a lot of information. And then sometimes, I don't know if we're going to do it again. I know the last time we did the class, we did a Q&A after the class, right? So that people were able to ask questions also. Once they've seen everything and they saw what, then it created a whole lot more questions that they wanted to know about the business. Right.
So I'll also go ahead and drop the link. I know Chin asked us to, provide special things for the people that are on. So you have your Celebrity Hairstyling 101 class, and it's usually $497. So, so we got it for $47, and it's just for the first 50 people. I'm going to just drop the link in there. If anybody's interested, they can take that. There's also a one-time offer, and you can find out what Kim brings in her kit when she goes on set. So all that kind of stuff. If you guys are interested, I dropped the link right in there. Chin, you look like you have a question.
That link too, because can I email that to them?
Yes, I will. Yeah, let me send that to you.
Get it within 24 hours. I'm gonna send them all email.
Right. Okay, perfect.
You gonna tell them about them ebooks? How y'all been helping them hairstylists make money with the ebooks?
Yes. You want us to?
Before you go in, Susan, I just want to say that before she goes in, because I know she's gonna give you more detail about it, but I just have to say I was so excited and so proud. Because we did a whole live, and we brought all the people who had wrote their books on our live, and they shared what their books were about and their experience, and the ideas that they came up with were so cool. And so it just made me super excited to see them take that knowledge. And I have to say, at a very reasonable cost, they have started an online business and a credit of being an author.
Right.
And so I was just so floored by what I saw that they did and how they took it and how easy Season made it so easy for them to create their book. All the templates were there. So go ahead, Season, take it away. I'm gonna let you talk about it.
Well, I don't want. Well, I'll say this, Kim. I want to talk about the ebook. I'm gonna, talk about that kind of stuff. There were some more questions that were on,
Okay,
and I know we don't have you for much longer, right? Only about 10 minutes.
Yes.
And then I can talk about the ebook after about that stuff after, just so that we can use the time with you wisely. There are a lot of questions people have, so I just want to make sure that while we got you, what's some advice that you would give to a hairstylist who gets discouraged along the journey of becoming a successful hairstylist?
Wow. This one thing I'll say, it's hard to keep yourself encouraged. But you have to, because there's always something that's going to happen. One thing I feel like God promises he'll do it, but I tell this to my son all the time, but he never promised it was going to be easy. He promised he'll do it, but it's not going to be easy. So there are times where even still I can get discouraged about something, but I have to quickly turn that around. And what I do, the first thing I do is learn how to get grateful. Let me be grateful for what I have. Let me be grateful for where I am. Let me be grateful for what I've done and what God has blessed me with so far. So I start there. Then I go in and I really examine, what the issue is and why I feel discouraged. And then I try to find a way to, either solution to the problem or a way to turn that discouragement around to something positive. Because what you can't do is live in it. You don't want to live in discouragement, and you don't want to doubt yourself or doubt anything. You just know that you are where you're supposed to be, and that, listen, we're still breathing, we're still living, so there's still opportunity. So don't let anything get you down or discouraged. You just have to kind of just, pray. I mean, I'm a woman of faith, so I always go there, pray and ask God for an answer, and I seek it, and then you usually find it.
All right. What would you consider your greatest investment?
Oh, wow. Education.
Okay.
When I first started, I took so many classes, or all that time when I was waiting for an opportunity, when I was working in that barbershop. Yeah, because it took me almost 3 years before I opened up my own space and before I got that opportunity. And so I was taking as many classes as I possibly could. I wanted to learn everything. Whatever I didn't learn in beauty college, I was going to invest money in me, because it helped me in so many ways. I didn't know that I wanted, I didn't know I was going to become a celebrity stylist, but also I wanted to be the best stylist no matter where I was, in a salon or whatever. And I worked on everything I felt like I was weak in. And I would take those classes and sharpen my skills. And and also too, it helped me with my clients. I mean, was able to charge more as I educated myself, and I learned how to get good at something. Education has been the best investment that I have ever made, because I always got something out of it, and I took it, and I went ahead and used it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Let's see. Sharon said, seeing you share your beautiful family on the show and the dedication to your work versus home life, raising kids, what advice would you give us that you wish you would have done differently?
Oh, gosh. Well, listen, also too, I have to say that I am blessed. Sometimes I wish I could spend more time with my family. You know what I mean? When I was so ambitious when I got into the business, and again, taking that time to enjoy your family. Just not saying that not to stop working, but maybe taking like weekends or something like that, and planning something every weekend to do with my family, instead of just working like 7 days a week, because that's pretty much what I was doing when I first got, my career first took off. I was just working. And so I just maybe take more time, but thank God I still have time. I have been able to spend more time now with my family recently. And so things, eventually, like my son, like he grew up so fast. That's the thing. You have kids, they grow up really fast. And, you know, we're in such a great place now. He's older, but he's never really been like, oh, mom, because I kept him pretty busy too with sports. And, you know, he was always doing something. And then we did have times where we would do, you know, things. I would take him and his friends out and do stuff. Or, you know, in between, I would do as much as I could. I'd never missed a birthday or any, you know, any important events like that. I always made sure I was there. So he didn't feel, he never says or acts like he felt cheated. But for me as a mother, God, I feel like he grew up so fast and I just missed, though that has to be probably my only regret, really. But I'm so blessed that he's not really has any issues, because my son's 21 now and he's away at college. You know, that's the thing. That's what happens. They go away at college and they get busy and they want to be with their friends and don't have time for you. So just know that they're going to grow up fast. So when it comes to my family, I probably would have spent more time doing more enjoyable things with them.
All right. Let's see. Hit by Hannah says, hello, I've had a hair studio for 3 years now, but I've been blessed with a larger second location. Do you have any wisdom on how to build my brand with independent contractors?
You know what? I will say this, because when I had a salon, I did commission. I think commission is more, it all depends really. But I think because what you want to do, you don't want to cap off how much you can make. Because sometimes when you do booth rental, there's only so much you're going to make. As a business owner, you have so much expenses and you're going to continue to get more expenses. So if you're going to do booth rental, make sure you rent out every piece of that salon you possibly can to make sure that you are covering your costs and your expenses, because there's a lot. And of course, the more people in there, the longer hours they work, the more it's going to cost. So just make sure you take in consideration how much money you're really spending. Really look at your bottom line, how much money is going out, and make sure that you are covering yourself to cover all the expenses and that you're making money to put away, because there's no sense of having a business that doesn't make any money for you. Mm-hmm. So definitely you might want to consider, if you're going, you know, to the next level, just make sure you're getting that money right. You know what I mean? Make sure you are charging enough to cover your expenses. I've seen so many salons go under and not be able to survive because they're not charging enough money and they're not looking at how much the expenses are. You got cleaning. One thing I learned too, you also have, when you're using credit cards, there's fees for that. So you just make sure that you are looking at your budget of what you're spending across the board, and then do the math in how much money you need to bring in. And you got to have a goal set. How much money do you want to make in your business? So, because that's really, because your business is not going to be successful if there's not enough money to not only sustain it and sustain you and keep you happy, but you also have to have enough money to market it. You have to have enough money to put into the business to grow it even more. So that's kind of, hopefully that answers your question.
All right. So I think we're at your time. You know,
how many more questions do you have?
We got, I think they just keep coming. Let's see. We have, I am a braider and the creator of my own products. How can I eventually move from making products in my kitchen to connecting with a manufacturing company, learning to balance hairstyling with making and selling hair growth products? Well,
pretty much that's, you've got to actually, once you've gotten your formulas and all that down, you got to find a lab and have them make your product. It is very difficult though sometimes to get that product just right, especially if you're used to making it at home. And it's a very different process than making product at home. There's so much involved in it. But that's the thing you need to do. You need to now, it sounds like you need to go, your next step is to go to a lab, find the right lab, see what other what other products they make, test some of the products that they make to see if you like the way they do it, because that is a difficult task. Sometimes you take it from somebody who's made tons of product. It's challenging, but just getting them to make it just the way you want. But once you have all that formulas and all that down, then that is your next step, is to go to find a lab in your area better that you're there because you want to be able to frequent that lab as much as possible. That's in where you live. I don't know where you live, but you know, you have to find a place that's close to you. That would be my recommendation.
Okay. And I see a few questions on here about mentoring sessions. Are you still available to do mentoring sessions, like the one-on-one online, or?
Yeah, we can book them. I'm just not as, of course, it's not as free. I will be more free after the 18th. I'll have more time on my hands for mentoring. But usually weekends are usually my best time right now to book mentoring because I have a job during the week. I'm on a television show, working on a union show. So the hours are crazy and different during the week, but on weekends I'm off. So.
Okay. What is your most memorable hair horror story, if you have one?
Hair horror story. Oh, wow. I'll give you one. I was doing the cover of Vanity Fair magazine with Beyonce. And we flew to Barcelona, Spain to do the shoot. And I get off the plane and my suitcase didn't make it. So I flew in that morning. I had to do the photo shoot. So I panicked and I said, hey, I can't I can't do this shoot because I don't have any products. So what they did was they said, okay, well, we're gonna have one of our local stylists here in Barcelona. And now mind you, I'm in Spain. They don't speak, it's not an English speaking country. So I was like, I gotta go find products. So they have a hairstylist that's gonna meet me the minute I got to the hotel, because the shoot was in a few hours, to take me around town and find products. And so the guy shows up on a moped. So I had to get on the back of a moped and go to all these beauty supplies to try to find tools and products and everything I needed to style her hair for this cover. And so anyway, they didn't have the same stuff that they have in the States. So the iron wasn't that hot. The products was like, some of them, because they sell a lot of same hair care products internationally, but the crazy part was me being on the back of that moped because I'm petrified of motorcycles and mopeds and all of that. So I had to ride on the back of that and try to find as much as I could. And anyway, we ended up doing the shoot after I got all my stuff. And anyway, that was kind of a horror story for me.
Hair was in there somewhere.
Yes.
And I see some people asking, so you can definitely go to Kim's page on Instagram, go to Kimble Hair Care, and you can just click the book button in her bio and you can book a one-on-one session with her. Yeah. Let's see, will there be another season of LA Hair? You just have to let us know when you go, because the questions just keep coming, okay? When you got to go. I know.
Okay. Well, let me just say this. I don't know. I don't think, as of right now, it doesn't look like it is. I mean, with the pandemic and all that going on, I don't think so. But I do think there's something else coming. There's another TV show coming. So there's some things in the process for sure. And I would definitely let y'all know when it's there. Follow me on Instagram at Kimble Hair Care.
All right. Let's see.
I'll take 3 more questions.
Okay. Do you have any tips for stylists looking to leave the salon and start out on their own?
If you want to start your own salon, you definitely need, I guess, hopefully wherever you are, you've learned and you've gained some kind of experience in managing and running a salon, because it's definitely a business. It's almost like it's very difficult to run a clientele and run a salon. So make sure you have a great team behind you, a manager, a lawyer, a business CPA, a business manager. You want to make sure you have all these things in place, because running a business is it's a huge task and it's very difficult to do. So for me, I was lucky I had some help with my place, but I have to say, it was difficult trying to run a salon and run around and do celebrities. That was very difficult. So you definitely want to make sure you have the right team in place.
All right. Let's see. Is it difficult to join the union? Do you need to be invited? Any advice on starting the process?
What you can do is you can, depending on where you are, you need to be licensed. I know if it's LA, you have to be licensed here for one. You have to have a cosmetology license here in LA. And you have to also, probably better to call the union because it changes all the time. Reach out to a union, depending, I don't know if you're on the East Coast, it's 798. If you're in LA, it's 706. And then there's a couple other ones that I'm not that familiar with. I think they have one in Atlanta. So basically you just Google, look up the one in the city and area that you are trying to work in. You probably have to also have an address and live at that location because they're going to ask, I know those are things they're going to ask for, but if you go on their website, you can get more details in how they to join it because it changes every year, you know, and it's really tricky. And the union has to kind of, you know, they have to kind of really need and hire people to bring new people in, or you have to find somebody who can help you get in, basically.
All right. And Irina, I don't know if I'm saying it right. I think that's a private question. I'm not gonna,
okay.
Okay. That's a private.
Is that Irina? I know Irina.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys know each other. I don't even know if I said her name right.
It's Irina, like Raina.
Okay.
Raina.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Irina. Okay, so I didn't say it right. I'm sorry. And so let's see. What's the website for the union? I mean, you guys just might want to Google.
Local 706. That's the one LA, but there's several. So
right.
Depending on which city and which union you want to join, Google.
Yeah, just Google
it. Yeah. I don't know the exact name of the website, but if you Google it.
Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Awesome. 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 I think that is the most, let's see, last one, getting involved. Sharon's asking, if you want to get started with celebrity hairstyling, would it be good to get involved with local artists, local plays, and etc.? Would that be a good place to start?
Yeah, I started in the play. That's how I started. You never know who knows who. It does. And also, if nothing else, you gain experience. You want to have something to put on your resume.
That's right.
You want to start building a resume. So yeah, and any experience you can get is great. So I would say yes.
Yep. And you actually, in the celebrity hairstyling class, you have templates for that.
Yes, I do.
So, yep. So if anybody's interested in figuring out how do I put together this portfolio and all that good stuff, that's in there.
Yes, that is.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. All right.
Thank you. You like this hair? You were saying?
Yes. I always like you with the bangs. There was another wig that you had one time. We went to the Home Shopping Network and it was longer.
Uh-huh.
I like that.
Yeah, it was a longer version of this.
And it seemed like it was darker. Was it a darker color?
It was same color.
It was same color. Okay.
Same color.
Yeah, I liked it.
Thank you.
Too, but I always like with the straight bangs. It's cute.
Thank you. It's very easy. This is some very easy Zoom hair.
Yay! That's what we need. And I saw a video on your page, and you had all these hats with hair attached.
Yes, that's a new venture. We're starting an Etsy page, and you know, it's definitely it started. I have a friend who's a stylist. She supplies the hats, I supply the hair, and we make these, you know. And for quarantine, we started creating this for quarantine for people who needed just some quick. I just need to go to the store real quick and throw my hair on. That's what it is. You know, people who are dealing with cancer and don't have hair, and they just need a quick little easy fix.
That's some Zoom hair right there.
Yes, baby.
Zoom. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have anything else for Kim Chen before she leaves?
No, I mean, I just want her to tell that story because that story is real inspiring. Because God put her there to get her where she is today. And a lot of people, they always want to start out on top, you know, and a lot of people are not spiritual. And Kim is very spiritual. She's a godly woman, Proverbs 31. So I really like that about her. And it doesn't matter how you start out, because she started out at humble beginnings, but God took her from here and took her all the way to the top. So I wanted everybody to hear that, because there are a lot of people on here where she was back then. And so when you give somebody hope and inspire them, that keeps us going. And so I know that's touched someone, and it's going to give somebody hope to just keep pressing toward the mark. So I just thank you, Kim, for coming on, because I know you're very busy and your time is valuable. And I'm just glad that you came on here, because I tell people about you all the time. I said, I know Kim Kimble. I do work with Kim Kimble. I talk to Kim Kimble, and they don't be believing me. So now they believe me. You know?
Yeah, I met Chin at a hair show, and then I went and did an event at his space in Tennessee. And yeah, I've been doing hair for 30 years. So everybody think, oh, it happened overnight. No, it's been a long journey. And I came from, at the time I had 2 parents that were drug addicts, and pretty much we were kind of like people washed, through their hands and thought, we were not going to be anything, because we came from, parents that were out there. But thank God, God's blessed. He saved my mother, and he, cleaned her up from her drug addiction. But it just so people know how it was a struggle. It just in my mind, getting myself to a place where, I'm going to be different and do different, and through the grace of God, and of course, I clung on to God early on in my life, because listen, I didn't have anybody else. I lost my father some years ago to drugs and all that stuff, and luckily my mother was saved. But it was a tough, growing up just as a teenager. And my grandmother, she raised me, and she is still guiding to me, and thank God she did, because I have to say that God did it, because there was nobody really handing me anything. You know what I mean? God came in, and he did it so that I can also share with other people, and someone who may be out there with the same experience, or may have had a rough start in life, that you can do it. You can become, listen, I am a successful hairstylist. I've had successful businesses. I just launched my products in Sally's, and I'm about to do another big launch, and God is continuing to have blessed my career. So you can, no matter where you come from, you can be, everything that you want to be, and that God promised you could be. So if nothing else, hopefully you could take that, or anybody who may be discouraged or have had some hard times. And I'm not saying it hasn't been hard, but what happens, it's happening, it's getting done. And through, determination, you just got to be determined. You can't give up. You can't let your discouragement keep you from doing anything. You got to just be strong. You got to, put your big girl panties on, and you got to go and just keep moving. And that's all. I don't want to over talk about it, but there it is. And thank you, Chin, for giving me an opportunity to share my story with people. And thank you, Season, for coming on and
yeah,
helping the process. You're so good at this.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk. Last thing, if I can just get you to talk about this a little bit, because I know I rushed you through and you wanted to talk about the ebook. Kim is actually very passionate about, like, all the people, as she was starting to talk about earlier, all the people who were able to write a book just by taking the class. It was funny. We did a class about a week and a half before Black Friday, and we challenged a whole bunch of people to write a book. And what was amazing is a whole bunch of people wrote a book, right?
Yes.
It was a challenge, but it was amazing to see the people that accomplished it. And so I know that that's the part that you were really passionate about. So I want you to be able to say something about that, and then and then you go pass the baton.
Yeah, no, it was just so exciting to see people accomplish something, because it's so hard. It's so hard in our mind, just to get your mind ready to do it. You know what I mean? You think it's going to be so difficult to do, and with the right technology and the right program which Season has created, I said people are able to write a book, and they're selling the book. They're pre-selling it before it's even finished. So I thought that I was so proud and so excited of the level of creativity that people had. And it was so funny. I was challenging them, what's your next book? They were already on to the next book. And it's been really, really, really great. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. I know you gotta go. Thank you.
Yes, I'm sorry. There's people here at the house. I have a couple things. I got a lot going on. That's who she is. She's busy, but go ahead, Season. Let everybody know. Thank you for spending your time. Again, thank you, Chin. This has been a very successful event. I wish I could see everybody on. I'm waving at everybody. Thank you. Talk to you guys later. Okay. All right. God bless.
I sent you a message, Kim.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Bye, Kim. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
You know how to get it up? Okay.
Yep. I know how to do it. All right. Can everybody see me okay? I know yesterday there was something that was a little weird. Can everybody see me okay? Drop a 1 in the comments if you can see me okay. I know yesterday. Oh, good. Yesterday there was a little bit of an issue. Thank you, Chin, for having me back again. Day 2. I'm super excited to be here. I'm super passionate about, even though I don't do hair, trust me, you don't want me doing your hair, okay? I tried to cut my husband's hair one time. Those clippers are really heavy. I nicked them. I was like, I'm good on that. I'm gonna stick to what I do best, okay? So with all of that being said, I do want to talk to you about the ebook thing. Okay. There was a question that somebody asked yesterday, and they were saying, if I'm looking to change industries, right? Like, let's say, for instance, you're like, I want to go in a whole different direction from what I'm doing right now. An ebook is an amazing way to do that. Okay. An ebook is an amazing way to do it, because what happens is that you establish yourself. When you write a book, you're instantly an expert. Okay. Like, it's amazing how that works. When you write a book, you are actually an expert. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how you can write and sell your ebook in 1 week. I know that sounds so crazy. Okay. So I do want to highlight the fact that I'm not just talking about writing the book, I'm talking about selling it also, because, while writing a book is a great accomplishment, at the end of the day, we're doing everything we're doing because we want to make money, right? We actually want to make money. So that is one of the things that, I want to make sure that I'm pointing out as well. Okay. All right. Okay. So really quickly, I know I'm coming on here, jumping in a little late. If you guys can drop in the chat, what's your name and where you're from, right? And what do you do? Can you go ahead and drop that in the chat? I always love to see where everybody is, what they're doing, all that good stuff, just so I can get a little bit acquainted with the audience and make sure that I touch base with, Yolan and Tina and Vivian and Kim G and Irena, right? Tisha, Deja, awesome. So we got Katia, Shalane, Meridian, Mississippi. Harlem, New York is where Ayana is. In Seattle, Washington, multiple salon owner and new school owner. Congratulations to Kenya. I hope I'm saying that right. Jordan, Albany, Georgia. Let me see. KRW Beauty and Nature, Valrico, Florida. Stephanie from Washington, D.C. Hairstylist, barber. Let's see. We've got salon owners, hairstylists. Awesome. Good stuff. Okay. So just in case anybody missed yesterday. So my name is Season Bennett. I am the CEO of The Social Barber. I'm an author. That's how I got started in my business here. Here's my book, The Social Barber. I am a wife, a mother, and a barbershop owner. I have a master's degree in software development. And in 2017, I quit my 6-figure-a-year corporate job as a vice president at a Fortune 50 company for Instagram. Crazy. I am also the owner of the Social Barber Academy, and I'm celebrating 5 years of having my online school and teaching classes online. All right. So the Social Barber book was really how my business got started. I was not planning on people calling me the social barber. I only started that Instagram account to sell the book that I had written. Okay. You know, I had started learning about social media marketing. Long story short, we were actually being sued by our leasing company for our barbershop. And we were really down about that. Okay. We were really down. We were being sued for $200,000. And we just thought it was an unfair situation, not to get into too many of the details. And we were really down about it. We were like, gosh, we always try to do the right thing. And this person is trying to take advantage of us and trying to sue us for $200,000. And so I just said, you know what? I am not going to be down about this. Let's focus on other people who don't, you know, who need somebody else that wishes that they had our problem, you know, because if somebody's suing you, they feel like, hey, you have some money that I can get. So there's other people that don't even have enough food to eat. And so we decided to have a food drive at the barbershop. The only reason I ever got interested in social media marketing was to tell people where to bring the food for the food drive. And, you know, over time, I started taking classes and doing it for my barbershop. And I was like, oh my gosh, this social media is so powerful. And it was working so amazingly for my barbershop. And then suddenly I had this little tiny voice inside saying, you need to help other barbers and hairstylists. You need to write a book. And I was like, I don't want to write a book. I don't want to do that. Right. And, you know, I feel like that's, you know, when I hear that voice, I feel like that's God. And so eventually I was obedient. Okay. Try being disobedient, but eventually I was obedient. I said, I didn't have an audience. Okay. I literally did not have an audience of people. And so I started my Instagram account and I used the strategies in my book to start selling my book online. Okay. And I wanted to sell my book through Instagram and not on Amazon. People ask me this question all the time, because if you charge more than $9.99 for a book, Amazon wants 70%, 70. Okay. I was like, I can't do that. Look, one of those degrees up there is in math. I was like, I'm pretty good at math and I can't write a book and give you more than half. Sorry. Okay. So I use the strategies in my book to sell my book on Instagram. All right. So let's talk about an ebook. Like, okay, now I actually printed my book out. I really didn't do an ebook up front. But knowing what I know now, fast forwarding 5 years, understanding online businesses, there's so many benefits of having an ebook over a physical printed book. I know you're like, wait, what? Yes, it's actually better to write an ebook. Okay. It's a passive income system. Okay. You make that one thing and you can sell it over and over and over and over and over. Okay. So that right there is amazing. Right? You write the ebook, you set up your system, you collect the money online automatically. It's amazing. All right. You can add links into an ebook. So you can link to video lessons, right? You can put video lessons and put them unlisted on YouTube. You can link to other products that you're selling. I saw several people in the audience here that had products for sale. You can link to your products from your ebook. So even if you're explaining, let's say I saw several braiders in here. If you're a braider and you sell products, you know, let's say it's an edge gel, right? An edge control. You can link and give a special discount to the people who are watching, you know, looking in your ebook, right? You can add affiliate links. So let's say, for instance, even if you don't have a product, let's say that there is a product that you love to use and you've asked them, hey, I'd love to be an affiliate, and you can get some type of commission for selling their product. Okay. That's stuff that it's a little harder to do in a regular book because people might type the address wrong. And especially those affiliate codes, they're kind of crazy. And people might not do it correctly. But if you do it in an ebook, they can just click right from their phone, their computer, wherever they are. Okay. Now I'll give you this big hint. If you want to sell anything online, you got to minimize the number of clicks that people can get to so they can give you money. Okay. That's kind of how it works. That's the game. Make it easy. Okay. You can use your ebook like a business card, right? You can, people, you know, if you want to become an educator, you want to become a speaker and kind of, you know, like I said, establish yourself as an expert in your current or new field. Okay. It's a great way. Promoting a book is a great way to get your voice out there and put you on a different platform. Okay. Has anybody ever thought about writing a book? All right. Just drop it in the comments. Okay. So Taylin said yes. All right, a lot of hands raised, a lot of yeses, too fast for me to answer all of them, okay? So some people have thought about writing a book and some people said, I'm not sure what to write about, okay? So if you're kind of like, I want to write a book, I don't know what to write about. Now, one thing you can do is think about what is the one thing that people ask you about all the time, okay? What is something that you can talk about for at least 1 hour without having to do any research? Like, you know it, okay? Like I said, I could talk about how to make my macaroni, okay? My famous macaroni, all right? Now, I will also give you this hint. A how-to book is the easiest book to write, right? You could write a how-to book, you know, how to do this. How do I make my macaroni, right? How to make award-winning macaroni. So you always get invited to the cookout, right? Another easy book to write is like a top 10 or 10 reasons, right? 10 reasons, you know, you need to stop using Instagram. 10 reasons why, you know, something like that, where people are like, oh my gosh, like I need to see this, you know, those are super easy. The 10 reasons, those are really easy because they don't even have to be in order. Okay. You don't have to say it's the top 10. You can just say, these are 10 things that you need to do every single day to get new followers on Instagram. Okay. It doesn't have to be in any particular order. All right. Okay. So let's talk. I'm jumping, guys. This is going to seem, I'm sure Chin has been talking to you guys all about funnels. Okay. So I want to break it down really super simple. Okay. Super simple. That's what I love to do. So a funnel. So let's talk about funnels. I know Chin's been talking all day long, all night about funnels. So a funnel is basically, it's a way that you turn a $27 sale into a $97 sale or a $197 sale or up, right? It's a way that, you know, once somebody comes to your page, they're ready to purchase. Okay. When they come to your sales page, they're ready to purchase. So when they do that, then you want to make sure that you never have one thing for sale. They've got their cart out, they're ready to buy. So you should always have what's called an order bump or an upsell. So they say, oh, add this on for this amount. Okay. And it's just a super easy, simple thing to do. I've, you know, added that onto my ebook class. I'll share the link with you guys, just because what I did is I created a little simple thing. It's not flashy and not fun and not as beautiful as the ones that Chin does, but it's just a simple way to, you know, when you sell an ebook, you can also add on a workbook. You can add on a checklist. You can add on, right? Let's say your book costs $27. It's easy for you to say, hey, add on this workbook, add on, you know, for $10, add on this checklist for $7 or whatever it is. And that's one of the things I really want to push. That's one of the things I've learned so much about selling online. You should never just have one thing for sale. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Okay. So like I mentioned before, and I see a lot of good questions and things like that coming through here. You know, I want to challenge you guys, just like I challenged the other people earlier before Black Friday. I want to challenge you to write and sell your own ebook in a week. Okay. So what you don't need a graphic designer. I show you how to create your book cover for free. You get unlimited access to the content. You can create the downloadable document. It's all downloadable, everything, and show you exactly what to do, what formats, how to come up with your topic. I've got a topic organizer, how to get pre-sales. Did you guys know that you can actually start selling your books before you even write them? Did you guys know that? You can literally start selling your books before you even write them. And then also how to get book cover images to share on social media. Okay. So if you guys have ever been thinking about writing a book, now is the time. I want to challenge you guys to do that. It's easier than you think. And once you kind of see the strategy, you guys probably will see that you guys have multiple books in you. Okay. Let me show you here a little bit more about this. Okay. So you get unlimited access to the content and you can actually ask questions inside the class. Okay. You get scripts to sell more products. Okay. I actually do use scripts. I use free strategies to sell, you know, how to do the pre-sales. You don't need any sales page. You don't need a website, you know, how to set up the auto delivery, all that is in there. And for the people who want to go ahead and get the class now, I actually went ahead and what I did is I'm going to add in, just for those people, 25 digital products that you can start selling ASAP. Okay. So if you guys are like, hey, I've been thinking about doing digital products, you know, what is it? You know, there's 25 digital products you can start selling ASAP, and how to brand your Instagram to sell. Okay. So for the first 50 people is only $37. this is one of the things that Chin asked me, hey, can, give my people something good. I want to tell you about a few of the other people who have taken the class. Okay. So actually this is Elizabeth Cohen. I actually have known her for a while. What's really amazing is that Elizabeth actually had started writing a book. Okay. She'd started writing the book a while ago. She took my class on a Friday. Okay. On Sunday, she texted me, happy Sunday. I just want to say thank you again. I stayed up late last night, pure excitement. I did my outlines of my cover. And then she finished her first book and wrote a second book from taking the class. Okay. All of this was in a very, very short period of time. Like it was a little bit crazy, to be honest. And that's what was so exciting about it. Like all of the guesswork was gone. Okay. Yeah. So this person said, thank you so much. I almost missed out. Okay. This person, it's going to be a long, lucrative night. Like people were literally on there writing the book while they were taking the class. Okay. This girl right here, Prima, the nail expert, she said, she sent me a message. She was like, oh my gosh, I started. She sent me screenshots where she is working on her ebook. She's like, hey, I'm watching the class. I'm writing my ebook. It's so easy. And then I said, well, when did you start the class? She said 2 hours ago. She said, I'm actually still waiting to the end. I just got so excited. I started writing. So it was so easy. Like all of the platforms, all of the templates and all of the thing that, that's in the book. There's no guesswork. You don't need anything. Everything is free tools that I use. You don't even need editors. You don't need any of those types of things. It's too easy. All right. If these people can do it, they can do it. Look at this. Phoenix Body said, here's my book right here. Best investment ever. Okay. Crazy. Like she's literally, this girl put up her own link and everything like immediately. She was like, she started pre-selling her book before it was done. Okay. And so these are some of the strategies, guys, that people don't really think about. Like when you have products and a lot of this stuff, when you have a product and you have something you want to sell, I want you guys to think about having an online business in a different way. Okay. It's money in the bank. You don't need a loan. You can pre-sell stuff if you need money. Can you guys, I mean, how crazy is that? Okay. Someone said, how many pages does an ebook need to be? As many, and that's the dope thing about it, guys. There's no limit. It is however many pages it is for you to share. Whatever it is that you want to share, that's how many pages it should be. Okay, you can put pictures in there. When you print out a book and you want to put pictures, you can put black and white pictures and that doesn't cost you any more money. But when you do color pictures, it's really expensive. However many color pages that you have in a book, it gets really expensive very quickly. Okay. Let me see. Laura said, I was up last night watching your other class. Thank you. Oh yes, guys, listen, I am super passionate about this stuff. And I love to make it easy. I know sometimes people get a little bit intimidated when I say, that, I'm actually a girl who codes, but you should use that to your benefit. Okay. Use that to your benefit. The ebook class, everybody literally, you guys could literally set yourself up in a way that, you have a new ebook that you're coming out with quarterly. So even if you're, if heaven forbid you're in a situation where your salon or your barbershop gets shut down again, it's very easy for you to promote your ebook online and start getting money ASAP. You don't have to email it to them. The way that I've set it up, it's automatically delivered using a free software. So you don't need a website. Okay. It's a free software. I have done all of the research, all of the work, all the testing so that you guys can just benefit. Okay. Using free software to write it. Even if you're like, hey, I'm not good at writing. I'm not good at typing. I need to get my ideas out. You can easily go ahead and do voice, right? Use your voice and just talk and it will type for you. Did you guys hear me? Okay. Using a free tool. All right. Using a free tool, you can actually just start dictating your book. So even if you have ideas and you're just trying to get them organized, you can actually go ahead and just talk, even if you're at the stop line, you're at the stoplight and you're like, oh, I got an idea. I want to add this in. You can just talk and it will actually save for you. Okay. Let's see. And I hope I say this right. Chin, do you know how to say, is it Azurline? I don't want to say it wrong. I have started a book, but haven't published it yet. What's the next step? Okay, so if you've started the book, honestly, I want to make sure, if I were you, I would take this class, even if you have already, you said you've started the book, you haven't finished, right? So I would still take the class, because one of the things that I had to learn the hard way, with being, one of the things that I had to learn the hard way with being a, entrepreneur, being an employee is so different from being an entrepreneur. And now I'm, I feel like I'm in the Matrix. Like I'm like telling how old I am in the Matrix. Love that movie. Right. And so I can kind of see what's the strategy supposed to be. Okay. And so that might be some things that you're missing out on in your ebook, is that you might be, missing out on things like, what's the strategy to help you make more money? Okay. So when I think about an ebook, it's a business system. It's not just the money that you're going to be making is not just off the ebook. There's ways inside the book that you can make money. There's ways that you can promote yourself and other businesses that you have inside of your ebook. There's a way that I've set it up because of that. There's the legal things that you guys need to put in the book. Some of the pages that people don't think about. Let me tell you what's really funny. Okay, it probably took me about 3 days to write this book, because I knew the topic. I had been thinking about it for a while. It was very easy for me to write it. It probably took me almost 3 days to do the stupid table of contents. Okay, so when you guys see, I'm so mad, but see, you guys do not have to take 3 days to do the table of contents like I did, because see, every time I kept writing, I was manually doing it. So every time I kept writing, the pages were shifting and everything was getting messed up. Guys, listen, you guys will never have to do that, because I have learned the hard way and I have it all written in there, and you guys can literally, it's all automatic. Okay. It's crazy. I'm so annoyed with myself about that. Okay. I'm so annoyed that I did that, but you guys don't have to struggle like that. I'm sorry. You said, what's the name of the app? Which app? I'm not quite sure what you mean. And let me just double check the questions here. Guys, everybody should have an ebook. Like, even if you're starting a school, I think it's, even if you don't plan on selling them, I think it's really important that you understand how to create documents, really good documents for your students, even how you can link, link things. You can put all the information together. It's a really powerful thing that you know how to create these documents and these ebooks. Okay. Let's see. Sharon said, okay, so this is Sharon is asking me a very important question about adding, it's a very specific one. Sharon has taken the class. One of the things, now there is an add-on, guys, like, so when you click to purchase the class, there's an add-on if you want to go ahead and do the funnel, right? So the funnel is, I'm going to sell this book, and when people come, you promote your book. When they come on, then you can add the workbook, okay? And so, Sharon, that's a really specific question to the class. So if you want to go ahead and send it to me, I believe I have that question already in there too. There's a section where it shows you how to automate the second item. So if somebody wants to purchase, let's say they purchase your book, but they decide not to purchase the workbook, the order bump or the upsell, then it will only give them one thing. Okay. But if they decide to purchase both things, it will email them both things. That's the upsell piece that I have on the ebook class. Okay. So if you guys are interested, it's so amazing. You can use it to sell even classes. Okay. You can even use it to sell classes. It's kind of crazy. All right. Okay. Let me see if I'm missing any other questions. Okay. Yep. Sharon, I see your question. I think that one's kind of like, that's a little bit more specific. Okay. Ayana said, is this, no. That's just an example of, Ayana's asking, is the How I Got Verified on Instagram book included? Also, will this course teach me how to write a workbook? Yes. When you see, you will know how to write a workbook. You will know how to do a lot of things. I had one of my students actually created, oh my God, it was so dope. She created a planner, a hair care planner, how to maintain your natural hair. It was amazing. Okay. So all of that kind of stuff is in there. You just have to, all you really need is this class, and everything else is free tools, which is really exciting to me. I mean, I think this is like the best time in the world to be an entrepreneur. Like, I mean, everything is out there. You just need to find the right mentor, the right class and whatever, and you can do it. Okay. What about Raquel has said, what about an ebook for a product created? I'm not quite sure. Can you type that again? I don't quite understand your question, Raquel. And Chin, maybe I'm missing it. Do you understand what Raquel means there? Chin might be tied up at the moment. Okay.
I was on mute. Yeah, what about an ebook for a product created?
Yeah, I don't understand the question. Do you?
Well, like if you have a product, maybe a higher ticket product, she sells a bonnet. So she might write a book on how the bonnet helps the woman's hair grow, or keeps it in order. And after they read the ebook, it will segue them into buying the bonnet.
Right. Okay. You could do. Okay. So let me say this. Okay. I'm talking about, right now while I'm talking to you guys, I'm showing you guys how you can make money selling an ebook. But if you, Raquel, are selling a bonnet, okay, if you're selling a bonnet and that's like your primary product, a great way for you to build your email list is to create a book about all the benefits of a bonnet that you would give them for free. Okay, you might want to go ahead and write a book, and then maybe, and they sign up for the free book, and then maybe they have an opportunity to purchase the bonnet at a one-time offer for a discounted price. That would be a great funnel for you, right? So you don't have to sell these books, but I mean, I do have the sales process in there. But even like the photographer who does like my photo shoots, she's, we talked about the ebook class and she was super excited because I was talking to her about all the different ways that she can use it, even for free, to, just the strategy piece of it, how she can actually use it to, to make money and to build up her email list. Okay. People are getting really bombarded with, hey, join my list. So it's really easy if you want to go ahead and make it so that people get a really great product from you for, for free, just so that they can join your list. They feel like they got a lot of value. Okay. Yep. And Raquel, if you want to go ahead and tell your story in your book, that's always good. And you guys, once you guys see the strategy, once you see the strategy, how simple it is, the way I've got the topic organizer, how to get it done. If those other people can do it, you guys can definitely do it. Okay. But once you see how easy it is, I can see a lot of these people taking these classes are making multiple books. It's that easy that they're like, oh, I wasn't going to write a book at all, but now I'm writing 2. I wrote 1, I'm on to my second one. That's how easy it is. Yes, the funnel is a great add-on to that. Okay. And that's everything that you guys are doing online. I know Chin's been talking to you guys about this. Everything that you guys are doing online, you should always have an upsell. When people go to your sales page, they should not just see one thing for sale. Okay. They should not just see one thing for sale. You should always be offering something else. And especially digital products are easy. You can add, and I show you how to do those checklists, workbooks, planners, a calendar, a script, all those types of things. Okay. You can do those as well and offer those. Okay. All right. Good questions, right? Books. I mean, and Chin, you and I are great examples of how writing a book has really built our business. That really gave us, the expertise, put us on a different platform. All of that, writing a book, that really made such a difference.
Oh yeah. I mean, it brings one of the biggest things on branding that they teach in the high level branding courses. It brings status.
Right. Authority,
yes.
Status. It does all of that. And I mean, guys, listen, and I mean, it changes the game.
Yeah.
It changes the game for your business.
It makes people look at you as being smart, even when you're not that smart.
You're so, but I believe they're very smart, Chen.
Not me.
I'm messing with Chen, you guys. But yeah, you can create the narrative. When you write a book, you create the narrative about yourself and your life. It's instant, like instant credibility writing a book. You are an author. No matter what, you're an author. Okay. You can print it out, but you don't have to. And the dope thing is, when you have an ebook, you're not shipping anything. You're not having to buy printer ink over and over. When I was doing this, I kept having to buy printer ink, carrying around these books. Okay. Like, I know you're like, oh, this book is fine. If you really want to go somewhere and make some money, you know, whenever they open back up shows and stuff again, it's very heavy carrying books around. And you have to, when you do these books, yes, it's a great price. I didn't have to pay much for it. The profit margin is great. But the thing is that guess what happens is you got to transport this stuff. You got to put the money up front. You got to, you know, and just like Chin, just like you said, every author that you know has, you know, a box full of books, right?
Yep.
It has a box full of books. So doing an ebook, you don't have to worry about inventory. You don't have to spend money up front. The only thing you really need is the class to start writing and selling and making money automatically on these ebooks. Okay. And if you're a person who uses, you know, let's say, for example, in Booksy, right? If you guys are, any of you guys are using Booksy for your online booking, you know, it's amazing because you can send out a text message to your customers. So even, you know, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, well, you know, I don't want to beg my customers, because some people are saying, oh, you can tip in advance to support your hairstylist or your barber. Some people say, I don't want to, you know, ask them for things. And so if you wrote an ebook and you send out a text message blast, like through Booksy, or if you're using any text marketing, you can send out a text message blast to your customers. And a lot of people, they really like books. Like, even if it's not in their industry, people will still buy a book from you because they want to support you. You know, just writing a book is like an accomplishment, like these certificates I've got back here. It's a major accomplishment in life. Something like, you know, graduating, right? Buying a house. It's an accomplishment. It's a major accomplishment in your life, writing a book. All right, let's see. Okay, awesome. Sharon said, I just purchased everything. I'm so excited. Hit by Hannah said, this is the motivation I needed to complete my book. I've got it and I can't wait to start. Guys, listen, it is too easy. I can, you know what? I'm actually going to show you guys what it looks like behind the scenes. Hold on real quick. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to pull it up as a student so you guys can kind of see, get an idea, because this one was one I really thought, I mean, I always think my class is out, but this is one that I really was like, you know what? I want to change the game for some people. Okay. I want to change the game for everybody who takes this class so they can literally find out, you know, and start writing a book without anything. Like, anybody can write a book. Anybody taking this class can write the book. Okay. So let me share my screen. I'm going to show you guys what the class looks like. They want to see what it looks like, right, Chin? All right. So here's like behind the scenes. So for those of you guys who have purchased, this is like what you'll see. Okay. So here's some of the stuff. Ebooks are dope. Okay. What to write about, ebook, workbook, bringing it all together, how to do the table of contents. I told you guys about that, adding page numbers, other pages that are needed, what to title your book, how much to charge. That's a big question I get from people all the time. How to create the cover. Gosh, there is like 14 lessons. Some of the lessons are very short. There's ebook graphics, the sales page, marketing strategies, and how to get reviews and testimonials. Okay, how to do that, because that sells it again. So let me show you, I'll show you a little bit about what this looks like. Okay, let's see, so you guys can kind of understand what the class looks like.
All right, so you want to write an ebook. Let's talk about some of the amazing benefits. So you see, I know you're already here, you already know the benefits.
Okay, so it's easy to see, right? You guys, you're probably like, wait, which one is the real one? Okay. So all of that, it's really cool. I've even got downloads and things like that, showing people how, you know, I don't know if you guys even know that Amazon has an affiliate program. Did you guys know that? So you can even add links to Amazon products and get paid a commission. Did you guys know that? It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay. Okay. If you missed the upsell, go ahead and shoot me a DM. I'll send you a separate link just for that piece so that you can do the upsell. Okay. All right. Vanessa just learned about the Amazon affiliate program. Guys, listen, it doesn't cost you anything. You know, I've got this ring light that I use here, and that's something that I use that a lot. one time I looked in my business bank account, I was like, where did this money come from? And I looked and said, oh, Amazon. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. And let me see. Oh yeah, sure. Shine, I'm going to add a link here so that you can go ahead and purchase the ebook class, guys. I literally almost wrote the book for you. Okay. That's how easy it is in the class. The book is almost written. All right. So, Chin, I didn't know if you had any last minute questions for you. I've got my mastermind group starting at a few, so I got to hop in just a minute. But I wanted to, just thank you so much for having this. Thank you so much for this platform. Thank you so much for having, this conference. You're helping so many people. It's so important. We got to kind of push people so hard. And the most thing that I'm excited about is with the pandemic is that people are very uncomfortable and they're really taking advantage of this online stuff. Guys, it's here. It's here for the taking. It's too easy. If you guys have missed the upsell link, shoot me a DM at the Social Barber, and I would love to, send you that link for that upsell link. And Chin, did you have any last minute questions for me? I know that you've got a lot more for them, right?
Well, no, I just thank you, Season, for coming on, sharing with them, and I thank you for training me a lot in this online space, because
yes. I want to thank you. You push me all the time, and sometimes, guys, I have been, Chin has been so good of, I'm like, I know how to execute, right? I'm like, oh, you want to do this? Hold on, let me go figure that out, right? And Chin is really good about, helping with the strategy, okay, with the strategy and helping to, push. And it's always good to have, any of you guys that are on here. And Denise and everybody else is asking, I would definitely get the funnel piece as well. But it's always good to have like a business bestie, that you can bounce ideas off of, because sometimes you miss stuff. And sometimes when we're too close to a project, but somebody else will say, hey, why didn't you do this? Or Season, have you thought about doing that? And so I've really appreciated, having, Chin to bounce ideas off of as well, and really, push me. Okay. I need some more pushing, but yeah. All right. So good stuff. Thank you. And this is such a big deal, guys. This is such a big deal. Like, wow, you did a whole conference, Chin. It's amazing.
Yep.
I'm right behind you. I'm following you. Following your lead.
Everybody else needs to do one.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And if anybody else has any questions, shoot me a DM.
Okay.
All right. Good night.
Thank you.